It is damn near. There we go. It is damn near midnight here on the East Coast. But the Florida Gators just got to commit. J. Michael Sturdivant, you are a Florida Gator.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day. We are available daily and free wherever you listen to the podcast and on YouTube. And the Florida Gators landed a commitment, not the one that everybody spent all day talking about, of course, but the Florida Gators landed a commitment from J. Michael Sturdivant, wide receiver at UCLA. Can we take a second to acknowledge that it's almost midnight and we got a bunch of people commenting? Wolf, it's almost midnight. Well, we're here anyway. That's what we do. We get a live commitment. We go live. And J. Michael Sturdivant, I know someone in the chat complained about his production. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. But the Florida Gators' second transfer portal addition, and he addresses hey, we need a big receiver, right? 6'3", 205 pounds. And please do remember that when J. Michael Sturdivant visited campus last week, that we spoke about him, and I spoke with a UCLA source, and I shared it on the show, that the UCLA source was like, hey, we completely fumbled that. We should have had him playing well. He should have been producing. He'd be in the NFL right now if we didn't screw things up, but we did. The offense was screwed up. The quarterback play was screwed up. This is a guy who was better than the production indicates, which is also an important thing to acknowledge, that when we talk about transfer portal additions, we generally look for proven production at his previous spot in the previous season, or they've been in college for less than a year. J. Michael Sturdivant has not been in college for less than a year. He's been in college for 4 years. And proven production, 755 yards in 2022 and 7 touchdowns with 65 catches. 2023, 36 catches, 597 yards, 4 touchdowns. And 2024, 22 catches, 315 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's where we talk about the production, right? Because he had previous production, but hasn't really for the past year. I don't care what anybody says. 600 yards in 2023 for UCLA. That's good. I don't care how anybody feels about it. Also, this guy is 1,500 yards in 3 seasons. It's significantly closer to 1,700 yards, but I get it. You don't want to argue with fair use. You want to just go and argue with whatever lies help your story and back your claim. I understand how you operate. It's cool. It's fine. But J. Michael Sturdivant is someone that I think a lot of us were hoping would be a Florida Gator. And for a while, little spotty, because we had been told, hey, this transfer portal cycle, kids are going to go on visits, leave those visits, and then make a decision. And us Florida Gators fans, we've been hurt a lot with kids coming to campus, leaving campus, going to commit somewhere else. Yeah, Jim, basically. I was talking to the real Army sniper. Sorry, the SpongeBob uppercase, lowercase thing was weird. But J. Michael Sturdivant is a Florida Gator. He is someone that left campus, and I think a lot of Florida Gators fans were like, well, he's planning on visiting Georgia was the main one, that he was supposed to be at campus tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, on Georgia. Assuming that's no longer happening, he's locked in with the Florida Gators, committed about 15, 20 minutes ago. And I think it's a great addition. I think he's someone who comes in and contributes right away. I think he's a needle mover, which is what we talked about on this morning's episode of Locked On Gators, was you need needle movers, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for needle movers. This is the University of Florida in what is their championship window. You're looking for needle movers. And that's the only thing you should take. And I think J. Michael Sturdivant is a needle mover. And here's the thing. Even if I don't think that, even if you don't think that, Florida has not missed on a transfer portal receiver yet. The only transfer portal receivers that Billy Napier's taken in, Ricky Pearsall, first-round pick, Chim Dike, and Elijah Badger, who both had very productive years, are both about to be in the NFL. Like, this is something where you may disagree with some things, but really, I don't think any of us are allowed to argue about it right now. There's 100 people in here at 11:55 p.m. on a Thursday too. Like, you have better things to do a few days before Christmas, but appreciate you being here. The Florida Gators have added to the receiver room. It's a great addition. I do think that, again, you look at the size. I know people keep talking about Dallas. We'll talk about Dallas after the ad break, I promise. But you talk about the size that J. Michael Sturdivant brings in, and he brings in immediate size on the outside that we've been talking about. Again, 6'3", 205. Like, we're talking about, you need a big-bodied receiver when you have a quarterback like DJ Lagway. And I talked about this with Anthony Richardson, which is not to say that they are the same. Anthony Richardson, considerably more athletic. DJ Lagway, way better as a passer. And so I think that when you have a big-armed quarterback that's going to be making throws downfield, that is fine making tight window throws, that is fine challenging any DB with his arm, you need receivers that can go up and win contested catches, or just come in and win contested catches. Like, it doesn't have to be going up. It could be a curl. I throw it in front. DB can't get his arms in. Stuff like that. And so that's how we talk about with looking for these receivers for these kinds of quarterbacks. Because when you're throwing deep downfield, further downfield, the windows are smaller, right? So you need guys that can go and win in tight window catches. It's not just about tight window throws. It's tight window catches as well. So J. Michael Sturdivant can go win those. This is a great addition for their Florida Gators team that needed size on the outside and needed receivers that can go and make contested catches. And J. Michael Sturdivant can do all that. Again, this is a guy where we talk about his production drop-off, and I understand the concern there. But that's where you go, okay, well, his production dropped off. Why? Like, let's go a little bit deeper. Quarterback play was bad. Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator for 1 year before getting fired from UCLA. Or, I'm sorry, mutually parting ways from UCLA. And so there's all that stuff. Like, there's explanations to this. You go watch the film and you're like, all right, this is a good player that's probably going to be a contributing NFL receiver, right? I'm not going to say, this is Nico Collins, but this is a big-bodied guy that is going to win those contested catches even when he doesn't create separation, but he can create separation. And that's exactly what the Florida Gators need, and that's what this offense needs for a guy like DJ Lagway when he's your starting quarterback for next year. This is what you need. Veteran, experienced, big-body receiver. We will talk about Dallas Wilson. We'll get to everything in the chat when we get back here with Locked On Gators. It's that time of the year. The college football playoff is back, and with the newly expanded 12-team format, it's guaranteed to be bigger and better than ever, bringing you all the hard-hitting and high-flying excitement that you love. TNT Sports coverage of the college football playoff begins December 21st, starting with the college football playoff kickoff show presented by AT&T at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, leading into our first matchup, the SMU Mustangs battling the Penn State Nittany Lions at noon Eastern. Then the Clemson Tigers will unsuccessfully look to upset the Texas Longhorns in a showdown at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, so don't miss any of the action. Watch the college football playoff presented by Allstate live on TNT, True TV, TBS, and on Max. And Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. You could pick Elijah Badger to have more than 51.5 receiving yards, Montrell Johnson to have more than 57.5 rushing yards, and you could do it on Prize Picks. Pair them together. Make yourself some money. Download the app today and use code LockedOnCollege to get $50 off $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. It does not need to win. You just have to use code LockedOnCollege to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Thanks for being Locked On Gators, your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. We're going to get to the chat now, and then we're going to wrap this up. We'll probably go for another, 10 minutes. Like Wolf said, it's almost midnight. It is 11:58 p.m. Eastern time. And buddy, the Florida Gators got to commit so we go live, and that's exactly what we do. Such good recruiting news this week, right? Florida is going to be the death of me because it is apparently the worst recruiting time ever. Immediately into the best recruiting time ever. Immediately into the worst recruiting time ever. That's clearly the process of what we're going to see here. So that's how it's going. Ryan Tooper, what's up? Let's go Gators. Hope you're doing well. Antonio Watkins National Championship. Here we come. The window is right now. Okay. I know that we're talking about a team that is 7-5 right now, playing against the Tulane Green Wave in the Gasparilla Bowl in, 16 hours? That's what we're talking about, right? I don't give a damn. The championship window is right now. You have 2 years. 2 years, because that's how long you're going to have DJ Lagway. I don't think he's going to be here for his 4th year. Don't worry about that. You have 2 years to get a national championship with DJ Lagway. This is your window. Right? You've got a good roster. You genuinely do. This is the thing where before the season, we were like, hey, this is an 8-win team with good coaching. I was not talking about with the bowl game, but I'll take it. This is a good roster that they put together. There's not a lot of holes on this roster. Receiver's one of them. You're addressing it, right? This is your window, and this is you adding a player that elevates your talent right now during the window. And that's what you need to do. Ray Graves, Goat, RGG, I see your super chat. I love you. I'll get to you in a second. Go Gators. That's it. Love you, RGG. Love you. You are the GOAT. And so this is your window, right? And Sniper complaining about the 1,500 yards in 3 seasons, which is incredibly inaccurate. But you tried your best. You took your shot. Midnight, 5 Friday. 150 people in here right now is just friggin' nuts. It is midnight. We are 16 hours away from the Gasparilla Bowl, and we're here with the shades, Zach. We're here with the shades. And yeah, he has been criminally underused, J. Michael Sturdivant. Been horribly underused. For all the people talking about Dallas Wilson, because I see a lot of you in there, I love the addition of Dallas Wilson, should he be a Florida Gator. Which I know everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's a done deal. I refuse to accept things until they're actually done. Because even in Dallas Wilson's case, signed his letter of intent and is leaving. So I refuse to believe things until they actually happen, or I refuse to hype things too much until they actually happen. And I think that's fair to do. As for people saying the 48-hour thing, no. That's not a thing that needs to be worried about. The school has 48 hours to respond to that paperwork that Dallas Wilson filed and submitted with Oregon to be released from his NLI. It is not that he then has to wait 48 hours to pick a new school. I think the reason that he hasn't announced yet is that they're waiting for halftime or immediately following the bowl game, or they're waiting until Dallas Wilson is on campus this weekend because he is taking an official visit there. So that's what we're looking at. I think Dallas Wilson will be a Florida Gator, but I am not speaking in absolutes until we know that it's an absolute. Willie Peterson said, let's get some defensive tackles and veteran safety and offensive tackles. Need me a DT. I need a nose tackle. I need an offensive tackle. And apparently Florida is very interested in looking at the star position. So there's that. Safety, they don't seem like they're looking too much at. I don't get it, but they're looking at star guys. That's is what it is. Are we done with receivers now? I don't think so. I would still take Jonte Cook if I were Florida, and I think that if Jonte Cook wants to commit to them, they will still take him. So still that heavy Texas presence on the Florida Gators roster. The way things should be done, really. Like if we're being honest about things, right? The best football players come from Florida, Texas, California has a lot of athletes. You got your Midwestern trench warriors. Like you build a team with those, and then of course, now you've got more Georgia, Alabama sprinkled in there. But you build a team out of the guys from those states, a couple peppered in from Mississippi, sure. But then you're talking about a champion, like that's a championship roster. That's where the best players come from. And so you're getting more of a pipeline into Texas, and that's a good thing. I promise you, for the Florida Gators, that's a damn good thing. The cornerback from Arizona, Tacario Davis, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they will. I would. I don't think they will. I have been saying that for a while. That once he hit the portal, the next day I did a show where I was like, hey, you should go get him. We're getting the Branch brothers. No, we're not. Come on. Let's bump the brakes here a little bit. Not getting the Branch brothers. I refuse to believe that. I think they're bag chasing, and if people are bag chasing, I assume they're not Florida Gators. And so that's how I look at it, at least there. Currently doing exams. Chill with the exams. Florida Gators got to commit. What are you doing? What are you doing, Baitka? Dallas is coming. Nope, you don't have to wait. Yep, there we go. Only team hasn't released you. Great day to be a Gator. Hell of a day, Harrison. Harrison Sanchez is in here. I don't know why I had to put your government out there, but Harrison is in here every single live show. It's awesome. Harrison, RGG, Q. I saw Q say something. There you are, Q, wide receiver U. We got a lot of regulars here. It's a great thing. I'm just saying, we got Wolf is usually in here. Got a lot of regulars here, all right? It's a fun thing to have. Oregon could have used 48 hours to decide if they wanted to release Wilson. Yes, they could have. They didn't. That's a stupid thing to do. I think that just shows that you're not doing business the way business should be done, and I think you just put yourself at a disadvantage there. They knew he wanted to leave. Smart thing to do. What's up, Brent? How you doing? Wally Gator. Your best. How you doing? We got Sturdy. Dallas was released. Just waiting now. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised by any of that. Hi, Eddie. I don't know. I don't know if that's Eddie. I can't see pictures with the shades on. 2-year window. We got speed. Yeah, Tank, Trey, Aiden, Mont, Brown, 3-headed monster in the backfield. Yep. Run that mother trucker. Throw it deep. Aaron, Brent, you're gonna get me in trouble if I Ron Burgundy that. All right. Zach, hi, Brandon. Love the channel, and you're one of the reasons I get through work. I appreciate that, Zach. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I genuinely appreciate. Again, I've said it before. The fact that this is my job, that I get to talk about the Florida Gators, and that's what I get paid. Like, that's freaking ridiculous, if we're being honest. But I'm so grateful that I get to do it. So thank you very much for supporting. Any word on Oni to wrap up the class? I honestly don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't think that's a priority right now, just because he's not going to do anything until February. So I don't think that's a priority right now. Let's see. We love them boys from the West. I heard Billy listens to Pac. This is the Pac. I was reading it as Pac-12. I hope Billy listens to Pac. I hope he does. What about our D couch? I don't know what that means. We need to get D-line, edge, O-line. Is the fun and gun going to be back? I think they're building a fun and gun team, but I need to see Billy come out and play fun and gun football in order for me to expect it or really accept it, we'll say. I think Ron Roberts is back. No, I don't. Need Charlie Strong back and the OC. I'd take Charlie Strong back, not as a DC, but I would take him back, sure. Is the Dallas Wilson flip happening? Believe so, yes. Miami fans are saying Lagway is trash and the UF wide receiver room is terrible. Well, here's the thing. Miami fans are freaking idiots. I know they're gonna clip something and then post it on Twitter. I don't care, man. I don't care. I can't stand them. Charlie Strong is coming back. BN cooking up some late night meals. Miami fans are gremlins. Hell no, Charlie Strong should be nowhere near Gainesville. His defense is washed. Charlie? What do you mean, Bichet? A lot of Charlie Strong talk going on here. A lot of Charlie Strong talk. Next year, no second receiver or not. If Dallas Wilson's on campus playing, we're going to be set. I absolutely agree with you there. I want to know why something Strong is washed. Good defense is good defense. Yeah. Okay, then at least put them as a defensive analyst, Charlie Strong. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. He ran a good defense 20 years ago. Offense, they're much more advanced nowadays. Eddie, I heard that same thing. It was a good source, but just can't remember where I heard it. I think the perfect thing would be Ron Roberts, Charlie Strong, and defensive back. Let me tell you. No, just that combination. No, I'm good on that one. Thank you very much. We getting Smith from OSU. Let's rein it in a little bit. Let's rein that one in. Definitely would be a good defensive analyst. Harrison, you said yo. I'm assuming that's when I put the government out there. It's my bad. It shows up in the chat as your first and last name. So I was reading it. I'm sorry. How's your night with this news? My night's freaking fantastic, Zach. Thank you. I did literally right before the news popped, I finished recording tomorrow's show. So the timing was a little inconvenient there, but we're happy with things still, right? A lot of you guys are doing great. I appreciate all of you. We're going to wrap this up because now I have to re-record that. So we're going to wrap that up. Still looking good on Onus. We'll see. I don't know if he's a priority right now. I think that they might be like looking in the portal, and if they can get that, they can get that. Hello, Brandon. Hello, JLB has the IQ of a dirty shoe. What a name. I'm assuming I know the JLB that you're talking about, but we're not gonna get into that. Need to give Callaway full play calling. I just need, honestly, we will say this and then wrap up. I just need a non-Billy play caller. Even if you want to go, we're going to stick with the scheme. The scheme's fine with me. I've said that so many times. I just think that Billy has too much on his plate to be an offensive play caller. That's where I stand on it. That's where I stand on the OC stuff. If it's Russ, it's Russ. That's fine. I don't need it to be like the next hot shot name. Just get me a new play caller. That's it. What would you suggest on defense position? I need a new edge coach. Not gonna lie to you. I need a new edge coach. I don't think Mike P is a great edge coach, and nothing to do with what Jack Pyburn's dad was spewing on Twitter. Which we'll take a second to acknowledge that how freaking stupid that whole tweet rant was by Pyburn's dad. It just made no sense. It's like he had no demands. Why do you think Mike P can't keep guys in the room? But like he says that on Twitter, but on Facebook, he's just, well, he wants to be on these downs and not rotate as much. It's like, which one is it, Billy? Which one is it? What are we doing here? So that's where we stand on that. That's where I'm gonna end it there. I just wanted to get that off my chest because that was just a waste of time. Time, effort, energy, all that stuff. So it was that. But thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen. We have 180 people in here at 12:12 a.m., which is just stupid. Again, there's no other way to put it. Thank you all so much. I will see you all twice tomorrow, minimum twice tomorrow, because we have normal show, and then we've got the live show after the game. Looking forward to it. Going to be a good day. It's always a great day to be a Florida Gator. But thank you all so much for tuning in and making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day. Every day we are available daily and free wherever you listen to the podcast and on YouTube. And we will see you next time.